Hello everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host Dewi Thomas. I know what you're thinking, Dewi Thomas sounds very Welsh, and then I open my mouth and well, you might start questioning my heritage a little, but we'll go with it. This is the podcast where we get excited about rugby, talk about the United Rugby Championship, share all the gossip, the highs, the lows, the wins, the misses, and everything in between. Before we dive in, if you love rugby, if you love the URC, or if you just like having someone talk your ear off about the latest matches while you're commuting, then make sure to like, subscribe, and share this podcast with your friends. Hit that alert button too, so you never miss an episode. You do not want to find yourself 2 rounds behind and feeling left out of the conversation at the pub or on your WhatsApp group chats. And why a podcast, you ask? Well, a podcast fits into your life like that perfect scrum on a Saturday. You can listen while you are in the car, on the train, the bus, commuting to work, walking the dog, or even when you have 5 spare minutes to yourself. Or if you want, you can put your headphones in, shut out the world, maybe even your partner for a bit, and just enjoy the rugby chat in peace. This weekend marks the start of the 2025-2026 United Rugby Championship season. Can you believe it? We had a fantastic 2024-25 season, and it is the perfect time to look back at what went down, who shone, who disappointed, and what we are expecting this year. A warm welcome to all the fans from England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, Italy, and South Africa. We have a truly international audience, which is what makes the URC so special. Last season was a roller coaster. We had some unforgettable matches, and if you are like me, you were probably shouting at your screen, throwing your hands up, maybe even knocking over a cup of tea in sheer excitement. Some clubs came out on top, some of our favorites stumbled, and the underdogs made sure we remembered their names. The 2024-25 season brought a lot of drama. I remember the early rounds being incredibly tight. Every match felt like it could go either way. We saw massive wins, heartbreaking losses, and some players just absolutely smashing it. We will get into individual performances a bit later, but honestly, the team dynamics last season really set the stage for what we are about to see this weekend. One of the things I loved about last season was the atmosphere in the stadiums. Whether you were at a packed home ground or watching on the television, the fans were incredible. If you are looking to get more involved, check out www.soccersquad.uk for fan forums, match previews, and all the latest news. It is a goldmine for keeping up with your team's progress, tactics, and some good old fan banter. I remember one of the standout moments last season was when the Scottish teams really showed their mettle. They had some impressive wins that no one saw coming, and it made the league that much more exciting. And let us not forget the Irish teams. They were formidable. Every week there was a new story, a new upset, a new hero emerging. That is what keeps us coming back week after week. Before we go any further, quick reminder. If you are enjoying this, do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. It is free, it is easy, and it means you will never miss one of these rugby deep dives. Whether you are heading to work, chilling at home, or sneaking in a listen while pretending to do chores, this podcast is designed to fit into your life. Looking ahead, the 2025-26 season is shaping up to be incredible. Teams have been busy in the off-season, shuffling players, getting new signings, and generally preparing to make a big impact. For fans, that means excitement, speculation, and a few nervous sweats every time we see a match lineup. Before we start talking predictions and expectations, let us spend a bit of time reflecting on some key moments from the 2024-25 season. We had incredible tries, some massive upsets, and some games that made us scratch our heads and question our life choices for watching them so closely. That is rugby. It is unpredictable, thrilling, and totally addictive. One thing that really stood out was the level of competition. The URC is not just about a few dominant teams anymore. Every team can compete on their day, and last season proved that. We saw smaller clubs take giants to the wire, and that is the beauty of this championship. The skill, the passion, the unpredictability, it keeps us hooked.
We hope you are enjoying our podcast. If you'd like to help us continue to provide you quality content, we would welcome your generosity. In the comments section, we have a link to make a donation. Every £1 we receive will help us bring you dynamic and reliable sporting content. Thank you in advance for making the effort for us. £1 in isolation is very little, but every pound added together adds up to a substantial contribution to us. So don't be shy, click the link and donate £1 today. Thank you for your support. Now back to the podcast.
Now let us talk about some of the standout teams from the 2024-25 season. Starting with the Welsh sides, we saw some brilliant rugby. Teams like Cardiff and the Scarlets had moments of sheer brilliance, and they reminded everyone why Wales is such a powerhouse in the URC. There were some games where the skill and precision were just breathtaking, and you could see the fans going absolutely wild. The energy in the stadiums was electric. Moving over to Ireland, the Irish teams were, as usual, tough to beat. Leinster, Munster and Ulster all had strong seasons. Leinster in particular showed why they have been consistently at the top of the league. Their handling, their tactical kicking and their defence were top class. Munster had moments that really tested the champions and reminded everyone that they are never to be underestimated. And Ulster had some very exciting young players stepping up and making a real impact. Scotland was a real story of the season. Edinburgh and Glasgow both had highs and lows, but the highs were very impressive. Some of their wins were hard-fought and showed the depth of talent they have. And if you were watching, you could see the next generation of Scottish stars emerging. Those players are going to be ones we will be talking about for years to come. The Italian teams, Benetton and Zebba, had a mixed season. There were tough games, no doubt, but there were flashes of real quality. And that is the thing with Italian rugby. When they click, they can really challenge some of the bigger teams. The fans love it, and it is exciting to see them continue to grow. And we cannot forget the South African teams. The Bulls, Sharks, Stormers and Lions brought a physicality and speed that is unique to South African rugby. Their inclusion in the URC has raised the standard across the board. Last season, they had some memorable matches, some big wins, and some shock losses. Watching them play is always thrilling. Individual performances last season were incredible. There were players who really made a name for themselves and left us all talking. Some were experienced veterans showing why they are leaders on the pitch. Others were young stars breaking through, scoring tries, making tackles, and showing everyone that the future of rugby is bright, and we will be keeping a close eye on them this season too. Now let us talk about some key moments. There were matches that were defined by last-minute tries, comebacks that seemed impossible, and tactical masterclasses from some coaches. Those are the moments that make you jump out of your seat, shout at the screen, and then replay it over and over to make sure you really saw what just happened. For fans who like statistics, last season had some interesting ones. The number of tries scored, the tackles made, and even the kicking accuracy all told a story. And that story is one of competitiveness, skill, and excitement. And if you are a fan who likes to dig into the numbers, you can check out more at www.soccersquad.uk. There are match stats, player ratings, and fan discussions that add another layer to your rugby experience. Looking ahead to the 2025-26 season, expectations are high. Fans are hopping for more thrilling games, more upsets, and maybe even a few surprise champions. Teams have strengthened, coaches have been working hard, and the players are raring to go. We can expect fast, physical rugby, tactical brilliance, and moments that will keep us all talking until the next match. Predictions are always fun at this time of year. Who will be the team to beat? Who will surprise us? There are so many questions, and part of the excitement is watching them unfold. And we will be covering it all right here, round by round, giving you the highlights, the key moments, and the stories that matter. Before we move on to some player previews and key fixtures, a quick reminder. Make sure to subscribe to this podcast and turn on notifications. It is free, it is easy, and it means you will never miss one of these episodes. Whether you are commuting, exercising, or just enjoying some quiet time, this podcast is made for fans like you. Now let us take a look at some players to watch this season. There are some established stars who are going to be crucial for their teams. And then there are young players stepping up and ready to make a name for themselves. These are the players who can change a game in a matter of minutes, who can score that decisive try or make a tackle that turns the momentum completely. We will also talk about some of the key fixtures in the opening rounds. These are matches that fans will be marking on their calendars, matches that promise excitement, intensity, and high stakes. Whether it is a derby game, a clash of top teams, or a fixture that could shape the league standings early on, we will cover them all. And of course, we will continue to look at the human side of rugby, the stories behind the players, the coaches, and even the fans. Rugby is about community, passion, and connection. It is about the people who make it what it is, and that is something we will celebrate every week in this podcast. As we look ahead to the 2025-26 season, the excitement is palpable. Teams have been busy in the off-season, making strategic moves to strengthen their squads. Let's take a closer look at some of the key transfers that could influence the upcoming season. Starting with Cardiff, they've made several notable signings. Ian Lloyd and Sam Wainwright have joined from the Scarlets, adding depth to their backline and forward pack. Additionally, Jarvan Sebastian from Edinburgh and George, not from the Dragons, bring valuable experience to the team. On the flip side, Cardiff has seen some departures, including Thomas Young to the Dragons and Regan Grace, who has been released. These changes indicate Cardiff's intent to build a competitive squad for the new season. Moving to Munster, they've been active in the transfer market. The addition of scrum half Nick McCarthy from Leinster bolsters their halfback options. Munster has also promoted 4 players from their academy: Gavin Coombs, Shane Darley, Sean O'Connor, and Craig Casey, all of whom have shown promise in the past and are expected to contribute significantly in the upcoming season. Benetton has also made strategic moves. They've secured the services of several players from Mogliano, including Jadon Kingi, Destiny Amanu, and Giuliano Aveka. These signings aim to strengthen their squad depth. However, they've also experienced some departures, with Ignacio Brex moving to Toulon and Marco Zanon heading to Zeba Palma. These changes will undoubtedly impact Benetton's dynamics as they prepare for the new season. The Vodacom Bulls have made high-profile signings, including Handré Pollard from Leicester Tigers and Nico Jans van Rensburg from Montpellier. These additions bring a wealth of international experience to the team. However, they've also seen some players leave, such as Bernard van der Lind to Bath and Bota Chamberlain to Newcastle Red Bulls. The Bulls will be looking to integrate these new players effectively to maintain their competitive edge. Ulster has made some significant changes as well. They've brought in Juano Augustus from Northampton Saints and Joe Hopes from their academy. On the departure front, Kieran Treadwell has moved to Harlequins and John Cooney has joined Brive. These changes will require Ulster to adapt quickly to maintain their strong performances from the previous season. These transfers highlight the dynamic nature of the United Rugby Championship, where teams continuously evolve to stay competitive. As fans, it's thrilling to see how these changes will unfold on the pitch. Looking at the fixtures for the upcoming season, there are several matchups that stand out. The opening round features some exciting games, including Cardiff taking on the Lions and Munster facing the Scarlets. These matches set the tone for the season and offer a glimpse into how the teams have adapted during the off-season. As we move further into the season, the derbies will be particularly intense. Matches like the Welsh derbies between Cardiff and the Dragons and the Irish derbies featuring Munster and Leinster are always highly anticipated. These games often have significant implications for the standings and are a showcase of the fierce rivalries within the league. The South African teams continue to bring a unique style of play to the competition. The Vodacom Bulls, Sharks, Stormers and Lions are known for their physicality and speed, making their matches must-watch events. Their encounters with the Northern Hemisphere teams often result in thrilling contests that highlight the global nature of the URC. As we look forward to the season, it's essential to remember the importance of fan support. The energy from the stands plays a crucial role in motivating the players and creating an unforgettable atmosphere. Whether you're attending matches in person or supporting from home, your enthusiasm contributes to the vibrant culture of the United Rugby Championship. Before we wrap up, a quick reminder to like, subscribe, and share this podcast with your friends. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast and turn on alerts so you don't miss an episode. Podcasts are a fantastic way to stay connected to your favorite teams and players. You can listen while commuting, exercising, or even when you have a few spare minutes to yourself. And if you just want to shut out the world for a bit, pop in your headphones and immerse yourself in the world of rugby. Thank you for joining us today. We look forward to bringing you more insights and updates throughout the season. Until next time, enjoy the rugby.